Hi everyone, Miss Pickerskill here. So welcome to our Wednesday's end of the day reading. I have to apologise because on the last video that I recorded, I said it was for Wednesday, but it was for Tuesday. So I'm sorry about that if it confused you a little bit. We are continuing on with our brilliant book, Guardians of the Planet. We have covered, if you look at the slides here, air pollution and transport trouble. And I said today that we were going to look at out and about and energy use at home, which will apply to us definitely at the moment with lockdown, to see what we can do while we're working from home and while we're learning from home, what we can do to reduce some of our emissions, and see if we can help with stopping the amount of pollution that especially we do at home. So let's have a look. So out and about. Some vehicle journeys cannot be avoided, but there's plenty you can do as a guardian of green energy to reduce your family's reliance on gas guzzling cars and vehicles. Here are some easy tips to consider when you're on the move. Now, remember, we said, didn't we, that yesterday they're trying to encourage lots of cars, if I just flick onto the other slide, to become electric because that's renewable energy. And we don't then have to pollute the environment to use it. However, what they were saying is to make electric cars, you have to use fossil fuels that damage the environment to make them. So currently, a lot of our cars are either diesel or petrol. So what the alternative is stop using cars altogether for some journeys and use alternatives. So it says number one, many people make short car journeys when they could walk or cycle instead. And I am very guilty of this. So when I go to Tesco, which is only about a 10-minute walk away, a lot of the time I drive and I need to start walking. Short car journeys are the most energy inefficient. That means when it's not very efficient, it means that it's not working very well. You're not getting the most for it if it's inefficient. As the engine does not warm up and consumes, which means uses, more fuel as a result. In contrast, walking is a green and super healthy way of getting from place to place. Number two, when you're out and about, be a super guardian of the planet and pick up any litter you spot. And I do try and do this around my street because it's very windy. In my neighbour's garden, it gathers a lot in the corner, so I do try and pick it up there. Number three, why not organise a walking school bus? Get adults to walk at the front and back of the line and kids to and from school. But annoyingly, in lockdown at the moment, we're not allowed to be very close to each other, are we? So maybe that's something we can leave until restrictions are a little bit better. Number four, to ensure you don't get lost on an unfamiliar walk, take a photo or a map of your journey before setting off. This is more energy efficient than using a sat nav on your phone and saves using up any of your data. Number five, International Walk to School Day is held every October. Check out the official website for ideas and events. Well, that's a long way away now, isn't it? But it doesn't stop us having an International Walk Day or a National Walk Day or a St. Peter's Walk Day for our schools. That's something we could look at in the summer when the weather's not as rainy as it is today. Cool pooling. Arrange carpools among friends and family so that when a car is used, it is full of people. Use a whiteboard for everyone in your house to mark up when they need to take trips. Now, obviously, we can share cars with someone in our household or bubble, but we're not allowed to share cars with anyone that's not in our bubble and any other children that are in school that don't live with you. So that's, again, annoying, but something that we're going to have to push back until the restrictions are a little bit less. Bike basics. This is something we can definitely do. Cycling is a brilliant way to travel. It's fast, fun, and energy efficient. But you must look after your bike. Get an adult to adjust your brakes. That means make sure that they're working and check that the height of your saddle, so that's your seat, and handlebars is correct. Pumping up your tyres to help you to cycle quickly and smoothly. Use cycle lanes where you can. Always wear a helmet and follow all the traffic signs, okay? Now, quite a lot of children in year 5 did their bike ability. I think that was back in November. And you will be able to teach all of us in school all of the current guidance, because even when I'm riding a bike, I still need to be reminded what I need to do. But please make sure that you are wearing helmets, everyone, okay? So let's have a look. Energy use at home. So we know what we can do for traveling. Let's have a look at what we can do at home. Learning how to use energy at home and about new developments for efficiency can help us save a lot of money and a lot of pollution. A world of difference. Home energy use varies greatly across the globe. Houses tend to be a different size and built in many different ways, with some being more energy efficient than others. And I'll give you an example. My house, because it was built only about 4 years ago, and it is between two other houses that are joined together. My house is classed as energy efficient because I don't have as many windows as my old house and as many big doors as my old house. And my walls are thicker, and the energy that my house produces is the most modern technology. So that is classed as energy efficient. The other house I used to live in, it was very old, had lots of doors and windows. The heating that I used to use, I had to use a lot of it because it didn't stay in the house. It used to go out of the house because the walls were thinner and the windows were thinner. All right, so that's an example of an energy efficient house and an energy inefficient house. It's not very good at keeping or using energy. So the number of appliances used can use up a lot of the house's energy as well. When it means by appliances, you've got to think electrical things like TV. You've got your kettle, your toaster, your oven, your microwave, your iPads, your computers, your heaters, if you don't have radiators on all the time, your Xboxes, your mobile phones, your lights. All of these are appliances that we use that we probably don't think, oh, I don't use that many appliances. But actually, when you think about it, we probably do and not realize. So let's have a look. Electricity use per person. So in Canada, there are 75,000 kilowatts, okay, a year. Let's have a look, in Japan, only 7,000 kilowatts. In Europe, there's only 5,000 kilowatts. So at the moment, Canada, they're using a massive amount of kilowatts. And I bet that's something to do with heating because it's so cold there. Keep your cool. In some warm countries, a huge amount of energy is used on cooling homes with fans and air conditioning. In the US in 2017, cooling used 15.4% of all home electricity. That's a cool 212 billion kilowatts, or more than all electricity used in the whole of South Africa by homes and industry in the whole year. Turn down the aircon, especially at night. Wear cooler clothes and draw bedroom curtains in the day to stop your room from heating up. Now, obviously, that is talking to people who live in America. Us, if only it was that warm, but it's not. So again, it shows I bet a lot of our electricity is used to heat up our homes in the winter. So let's have a look at this next page. We've got someone drawing the rainbow there, which is bizarre, isn't it? Because that's something that we've been looking at throughout lockdown as a symbol of hope. So it's quite nice. We've got the rainbow there. Let's see what it said on there. When the heating or aircon is on, always shut outside doors and windows. This stops heat or cool air leaking out and using energy unnecessarily. It's a good tip. The 2-degree challenge. Let's have a look. We've got our little, there is a little heating system on the end there that you can't see. Your next mission is to convince your family to take the 2-degree challenge. This involves turning down the heating by a couple of degrees. At first, you might need to wear an extra layer or maybe try it out on milder, that means less colder days. Despite some likely moaning at the start, many households get used to a lower temperature really quickly. And the environmental benefits are big. Lowering the temperature on a thermostat in a room just by 1 degree can stop 340 kilograms of carbon dioxide entering the atmosphere each year. And we know how bad that is for the atmosphere because we've gone through that in the previous lessons. So maybe you could talk to your family to see whether they can make the heating 2 degrees lower and see how you feel about it. That's something that I could do really, because you can speak to Mr. Bancroft about this. I always like my office really, really warm. And in fact, he's had to get me another heater because the other one broke. And Mr. Bancroft was saying to me, oh, you only need it on setting 3. You don't need it on setting 5 and all of the temperature gauges up. And I was like, oh, and he said, oh, you can keep it at 3. And I thought to myself, oh no, it's going to be far too cold for me, but I'll give it a go. And then he came to check on me yesterday and he said, how was it at 3? And I said, well, if it was up to me, it'd be 5. But actually, it's keeping me nice and toasty. I didn't really need it at 5. I was probably just wasting energy. So that's a really good example there where it's not my energy use at home, but my energy use at work, at school, hopefully will be getting a bit better. So my main aim for me from now on is to keep it at setting 3 and not setting 5. Okay, and we'll think about what you could do actually. Maybe not so much at school because obviously you're not in control of the temperatures at school, but think what you could do at home. Can you use any devices less maybe to help protect the planet? And then you'll be able to feed back to me tomorrow, hopefully. Right. I want everyone to take care. Happy Wednesday. We have got 2 more sessions for this week, and I will see you at the same time for those sessions. I hope you are enjoying your home learning. You'll be getting phone calls from myself or Mr. Colvin to see how you are getting on. Remember, it's so important to be doing your home learning. I know it is tricky when you're at home, but it makes you then keep up with everyone at school, because you don't want, when you come back, to then feel that you're really far behind. Okay, so please make sure you're even doing a little bit each day. Goes a long way for that. Okay, so I want everyone to take care. Have a lovely Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.